Part 81. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 801. Chapter 801, The God-slaying boss is the tree-lumping man? At this moment, the sacred tree masters in the Grey World are extremely excited because of this. Although it was hard for them to believe that the scene in front of them was indeed real, but the goddess had disappeared. This is the information brought back by war reporters using memory videos. At the same time, there was also a turmoil in the Grey World. Many top guilds are extremely curious about who this big boss is, who is so fierce and can kill gods with a mortal body. They have never seen such a fierce man appear in the Grey World before. Many big guys have made guesses, but in my impression, there seems to be no one with information that can correspond to Lu Shu. After killing the gods, the Grey Realm did not make any announcement. It seemed that because the God Realm and the Grey Realm were not in the same system, there was no broadcast. Everyone is extremely curious, who is the God Eater? It is impossible for such a powerful existence to be unknown on the list, right? Even several top guilds have joined together to search for information. However, no matter how they exchanged the information in their hands, they could not match up with such a strong man. Many big names in the sacred tree world are a little confused now. It is impossible that they have never heard of such a powerful sacred tree master, and he just appeared out of thin air, right? Who is it? Even if I searched the entire sacred tree world, I couldn't get any information about the other party. At this time, some people doubted whether Muyu Pavilion and Tianji Pavilion knew the information. Or is there no relationship between the two? But, the bosses tried all kinds of tests and used various spies, but they were unable to get any information from Muyu Pavilion and Tianji Pavilion. It can only mean that these two guilds that focus on intelligence do not know the relevant news at all. Muyu Pavilion has many informants from other guilds. Muyu Tingfeng also knows that important information will basically not be in the guild. It said in the chat screen, but even so, there are still some gossips that can be known by other guilds. Then, the only possibility left is to stay here in Tianji Pavilion. Could it be the sacred tree master of Tianji Pavilion? But from this point of view, it is unlikely, because Tianji Pavilion took advantage of this disciple recruitment conference and made a high-profile appearance, clearly wanting to attract a wave of attention. If this big boss is really from Tianji Pavilion, then there is no need for them to come out and seek the limelight, and there is no need to recruit people. As long as there is such a big boss, there is no need for any publicity at all. Other big tree masters will also rush to join this guild. A god-level powerhouse may break the balance of the divine tree master at any time. If it is really Tianji Pavilion, then there is absolutely no need for people like them to come out and publicize it in a high profile. It's even a superfluous thing. Just say that the big boss is theirs, and countless people will immediately cut off their heads and kneel down to enter the Tianji Pavilion. As for Muyu Pavilion, in fact, Muyu Tingfeng is not that mysterious. She has also worked with the masters of the Divine Tree Master in the past. Everyone knows that Pavilion Master Mu is a woman, and the man in black is obviously a man, and his gender doesn't match, let alone someone from Muyu Pavilion. Dark Knight, Ancient Buddha Guild, Xin Chen Pavilion, none of the top guilds seem to have such a number one person who could stand up to this big boss. Could it be that he is a hidden master from Tianzong? However, judging from the extent of the opponent's attacks, it doesn't quite resemble the Tianzong's fighting method. I have never seen it before, but I really like the Xianjia's method. Therefore, the speculation about Lu Shu's identity suddenly became the hottest topic in the entire sacred tree world. You guys think, who is this god-killing boss? It's impossible for him to have never been on the rankings, right? Anyway, he shouldn't be the president of any guild. Yes, as long as it is a guild that we are familiar with, we can basically find corresponding characters, but none of them are so powerful. Humph, If these Dogecoin guilds they were talking about really had such a big boss, they would have become so arrogant and lawless. No, to be precise, they are already a bit lawless now. Well, a boss of this level should not be from a guild, at least not from the guild we are familiar with. Who could it be? Does anyone know the answer? I'm really curious. Do you think, will he be the top one on the list? What? Are you talking about the tree-plumping man who has never fallen to the top of the list and is invincible in the world? Could it really be him? If you think about it carefully, this is actually not impossible, because we have very little information about the top people on the list, and there is also very little information about these peerless experts. Does this mean that there is a top person on the list of peerless experts? When you say that, it seems really possible. Is the boss who kills gods a tree lover? Second. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 802. Chapter 802, Brilliant Light. This speculation shocked the big bosses of the major tree masters. If this is really the case, it would be too scary. Has the number 1 on the list already reached this level? However, this is just a guess. The tree-pulling man himself did not come out to confirm this. Maybe some big boss who has been hiding his strength and not killing the list actually made a move and was exposed by the public. It is also possible. But no matter what, everyone has discovered the terrifying potential that the Divine Tree Master can achieve. At this moment, the grey world is also caught in the turmoil. It is no longer as silent as before. It gives people the feeling that something is happening everywhere. Enlightenment Cliff. Xian Monk and others stood there, as if admiring a myth. After a moment, the blue-haired girl suddenly said excitedly, this is the first God-eater in the grey world. Should we go get an autograph from him? The white-haired boy rolled his eyes. Said if you want to go there, then go there. Anyway, I don't want to be hacked to death by him. Coward. The blue-haired girl made a face. Timid. If you come into contact with a being of this level, I think you will die, right? Forget it, you have no brain anyway. If you want to go, go quickly. If you lose your head then, there will be no loss anyway. After all, you have no brain to begin with. The white-haired boy mocked with a smile. Snort. Then I will go there and see what you do. The blue-haired boy put his hands on his hips and walked directly in the direction of Lu Shu as if he was angry. Everyone was shocked. I didn't expect that this blue-haired girl was so fierce and actually dared to go to him. After all, that is a monster that can kill the goddess. Although everyone is a divine tree master, they will still feel scared when they see such an existence with an absolute level of power. As long as Lu Shu has a thought, everyone here will die. Naturally, I didn't dare to provoke such a terrifying character. So, the blue-haired girl did this, which made everyone feel nervous, worried that she would make an ignorant move, offend Lu Shu, and harm everyone. It's gone. However, just when others were about to stop it, they didn't expect the blue-haired girl to move so fast, and she had already arrived at Lu Shu's side. Hello, boss. I'm your fan, can I get an autograph? Well, if it doesn't work, then I won't bother the boss. The blue-haired girl said in an adoring tone. Of course, when she said this, she also knew her own propriety and spoke specifically behind Lu Shu, because the blue-haired girl was worried that she had seen the other person. If his appearance reveals some information, will he be killed or silenced? But after all, we have come through such a dangerous grey world, so it doesn't matter if we take another risk. All in all, the blue-haired girl just wanted to piss off the boy. Of course, she didn't want to contact Lu Shu without any logic. As soon as she came, she found that this young man was really poisonous today. He was not optimistic about anything, and it seemed that anything would happen against his expectations. Secondly, I am so weak, but if I can get an autograph from this big guy, my worth will definitely double. Just such a signature can completely enable the blue-haired girl to possess a huge treasure. Countless people will ask for this signature, and even join a good guild at all costs. At that time, the blue-haired girl can rely on the signature of the tree taker to ask for a resource position from the big guild, and the contract is completely negotiable. There is also a little thought in the contract to avoid beating the workers. But Lu Shu turned his head and glanced at the blue-haired girl. The other party took a few steps back and suddenly felt nervous. What a handsome man! The blue-haired girl secretly said in her heart. This was the first time she saw Lu Shu's face, and it looked so good-looking. Of course, Lu Shu didn't use any camouflage skills, but in fact, he didn't look like much in the gray world. Personal acquaintance, after all, I used to use a large army of pets to operate, and rarely exposed myself to others. So, even if he is exposed, others will not know what he looks like. At this time, Lu Shu calmly he smiled and said, it's interesting. No one in the gray world has ever asked me for an autograph. Then can you give it to me? When the blue-haired girl heard what he said 1.6, she was immediately excited. It felt like something was going on. But Lu Shu just shook his head and said, sign it, forget it, I'm just a nobody. This speech was so modest that the blue-haired girl didn't even know what to say. But she knew what the other party meant, and obviously didn't want to give the signature, which was a secret pity. However, the blue-haired girl didn't expect that yes. Lu Shu smiled and said, however, since I rejected your signature, I can give you some other gifts. The next second, a bright light appeared in front of everyone. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 803. Chapter 803, God-level boss. Then, a legendary weapon suddenly appeared in front of the blue-haired girl. This is... The blue-haired girl was suddenly shocked. She could tell at a glance that the weapon that appeared in front of her was of extraordinary quality. Lu Shu said calmly, since your ability is magic, then I will give you a legendary magic weapon. Although I can't give you an autograph, since you are the first person I asked for an autograph, I naturally want to keep a little souvenir. This magic book is of no use to me. I don't really want to sell it. There's nothing I can exchange for it. Just think of it as a signature left for you. When Lu Shu finished saying this, the blue-haired girl was still stunned. The next second, this magic book automatically concluded a contract with the blue-haired girl. Lu Shu directly cancelled the equipment in the system. It was bound and became an ownerless thing. And the legendary weapon was automatically matched to the blue-haired girl, so naturally the contract was concluded. The moment the system was concluded, the panel of the magic book suddenly appeared in front of the blue-haired girl. She couldn't help but be surprised. This is actually a legendary magic book. Boss, this thing of yours is too valuable. How virtuous and capable am I? However, before the blue-haired girl could finish speaking, Lu Shu tore the void directly and left here. Before leaving, Lu Shu said lightly, I give it to you for no special reason. It's just because the inventory in the equipment list is full. I just took stock. Then, he left directly. The blue-haired girl was left standing there in shock, taking a moment to react, and quickly thanked him. At this time, she turned around again. The eyes of others looking at the blue-haired girl were suddenly different. Full of admiration. And deep jealousy. Especially that young man, his intestines are almost turning green at this moment. If I had known earlier, I would have taken the initiative to contact that big guy. You can actually get a magic book as a reward. Moreover, it seems to be a very high-grade magic book. I heard it has reached the legendary grade. You know, the legendary level, you must at least clear the legendary level copy to have a chance. If you don't have SSS level, don't even think about clearing this kind of dungeon. So, the blue-haired girl got such a good treasure directly this time, which can be said to make everyone else here feel coveted. However, no one dared to do anything to the blue-haired girl. Although it is a crime to harbor a treasure, this treasure was given by a god-level boss. If someone killed her directly and then took away the treasure, it would be completely disrespectful to the god-level boss. At that time, there will be no need for the big boss to take action at all. Other sacred tree masters will take the initiative to kill him in order to please the big boss. So, almost none of the divine tree masters here dared to attack the blue-haired girl, just because he and the god-level boss had increased their favorability a little bit. But just this little bit is enough to make most of the sacred tree masters have to put a stop to it if they want to attack this blue-haired girl. You have to consider that there is still a little bit of friendship between the person and the god-level boss behind his back. Although this small amount of friendship is not enough to let the blue-haired girl do whatever she wants in the gray world. However, this person still can't move without any reason. Who knows whether this will offend the gods? Boss, you've brought yourself to death. As long as you dare to touch the blue-haired girl, it will become a treasure used by others in the gray world to please Lu Shu. Just like Tang monk's meat, everyone wants to bite it off. These are the rules of the divine tree world. It's cruel, but this is reality. As long as you are strong enough or have a backer behind you, others will not dare to touch you. In this world, strength is the hardest pass. This scene was also recorded by war reporters and sent directly to their own forums. After all, this is any information related to a god-level boss, even a word he says has huge value. War reporters don't care so much. As long as there is news of any value, they will directly 673 send it to their own forums. Suddenly, the situation here also caused a burst of discussion in the sacred tree world. Hey, what do you think should happen next? What else can happen? God's body is already cold. Everyone should disperse. Yes, since it was the boss who slaughtered the gods, there shouldn't be much content next. Everyone, go to bed early and have a good night. Even if there is any content later, it should be casually published by war reporters. There is nothing interesting to read. Even if they publish content, I will not pay attention to it. But just after this public screen appeared, to everyone's surprise, the war reporters collectively released a new video. It is related to the god-level boss. Suddenly, the sacred tree masters who were about to go to bed woke up one by one. They wished they could transform into hand-speed monsters who had been single for 30 years and clicked directly. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 804. Chapter 804, click faster than anyone else. Damn it, every one of you said that this follow-up is nothing interesting, but you ordered it faster than anyone else. If you have any information, of course click on it. It doesn't cost any money anyway, just read it first and then talk. Good guy. It turned out to be an interaction between a god-level boss and a war reporter. It seems like this girl is from the Xian Monk team. In other words, there are still people in Xian Monk's team who can chat with the god-level boss. Quickly see what they were talking about, or they said they were already fighting. It's actually related to a god-level boss. I want to see. I want to see. The sacred tree masters in the gray world seem to have been given a shot of blood at this moment, and they all clicked on the memory video. Now, Lu Shu has become the god in the eyes of all the sacred tree masters in the gray world. Being able to truly defeat the messenger of the god realm, this is already a completely god-level powerhouse. In the world of the divine tree master, where the jungle prevails, there is already such a rule. As long as you are the boss and your strength is strong enough, no matter what you do, you will get everyone's attention. Even if this matter has nothing to do with the audience, many people will still choose to watch it because they want to join in the fun. Ever since, even such a small chat video can set off a storm. Everyone was eager to get in as soon as possible, just like Zui Fan, they were extremely anxious. At this moment, everyone saw a little girl running up to the god-level boss for an autograph stupidly. Seeing this scene, everyone couldn't help but laugh. They all laughed at each other on the public screen. Ha ha ha, this little girl is so funny, she actually went to talk to this god-level boss. Judging from her appearance, she must be a very ordinary sacred tree master. Who gave her the courage to talk to the god-level boss? It looks like this girl wants to get an autograph. Oh, it turns out she is a little fangirl. She must have seen that the god-level boss is so powerful that he can even kill the goddess, so Toru became a crazy fan, right? I can understand this feeling. After all, when seeing idols, people will get very excited and lose their minds. Tisk tisk tisk, if this big boss is more cruel and worried that this guy will see the big boss's appearance and kill people, then it will be fun. Yes, this little girl is really ignorant. Most of the well-known sacred tree masters at present attach great importance to their secrets, and this big boss has never appeared in the sacred tree world before, and now this little girl is so close, doesn't that threaten the boss's privacy? There is a saying, and this is indeed the truth. At this moment, the blue-haired girl had arrived in front of Lushu. Everyone was shocked, and they were all curious about what would happen next. However, what everyone didn't expect was, this blue-haired girl was so pure that she went straight to ask for an autograph. Not even a slight bend. But soon, he was rejected by Lushu. This scene was also expected by everyone. Damn it, this little girl is really not very smart. None of her bosses have ever appeared in the world of the sacred tree. She is obviously a master at hiding information. This girl went directly to ask her name and her IQ. What a pure thing to do. I am curious about how such a guy survives in the grey world. Add 1 for curiosity. Wait, something else seems to happen next. Although the boss refused to sign, he actually agreed to give away an item. When I saw the big boss rejecting it, I had already turned off the screen. I didn't expect there would be a follow-up. Damn it, the boss actually gave me a legendary item as a gift. What the hell? Ah, it turns out to be a legendary magic weapon. I am so jealous of being a magician. As an SSS-level sacred tree master, I still don't have a legendary weapon. This big guy casually gave this little girl a legendary weapon, and it was also a magic book. Looking at the grade, I guess it is still the best legendary weapon. Super weapon, what kind of treatment is this? Oh my god, this girl can't be the illegitimate daughter of the boss who has been lost for many years in the world of the sacred tree. Otherwise, how could she be so virtuous and capable of getting such a good thing? At this moment, the divine, leaders, tree masters present were completely shocked. They never expected. This little girl went to get an autograph. Although she didn't get Lushu's autograph, she actually got a legendary weapon. Moreover, a weapon of this level was given to him casually. Chinese cabbage doesn't even get this treatment. Even the stones on the roadside are not thrown to others casually, right? At this moment, Lushu's light words echoed in the ears of everyone in the world of the sacred tree. Sorry, my warehouse is full. As soon as these words came out, everyone understood what Lushu's real intention was in giving away the legendary weapons. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 805. Chapter 805 Good Guy Card. Oh my god, it turns out that the boss gave away a legendary weapon for no other reason than because the inventory was full. Other people's garbage seems a little different from my garbage. Oh my god, I searched for a piece of firewood in the grey world, and I couldn't bear to throw it away. After all, they were all treasures, and they gave away all the legendary weapons backhandedly. Damn it, what kind of boss is this? He has so many weapons that he can't even accommodate legendary weapons. This is definitely an epic giant. Boss, I also want to get an autograph. Upstairs, you seem to have said before that the tree master who asked the boss for an autograph was a fool. What, now you want to be a fool too? This is a legendary weapon that was obtained for nothing. Anyone who doesn't use it is a fool. Well, I guess there are quite a few fools. Look at Xian Monk's team, except for the blue-haired girl, no one else seems to have had any contact with the god-level boss. Nonsense, as long as a normal person sees such a powerful sacred tree master, he will definitely walk around. Who is as big-hearted as this guy? But what I didn't expect was that this big guy turned out to be a good guy. Although he didn't give me an autograph, he just gave me a legendary weapon for free. This guy is so kind. Tisk, 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 this is the pattern of the top divine tree masters. They give away legendary weapons to everyone they meet. I am afraid that wherever the boss appears now, there will be a place for free prostitution of legendary weapons. At this moment, the divine tree masters in the Grey World were all extremely surprised by this result. They had guessed a lot about what might happen if they came into contact with Lu Shu, but none of them expected that they would actually get a legendary weapon from Lu Shu. Moreover, the reason is so unbelievable. It turned out that he just disliked the fact that there were too many weapons in the warehouse and was tired of them, so he gave them away. If that's the case, wouldn't all the sacred tree masters who saw Lu Shu want to go over and say hello? At this moment, many people in Xian Monk's team also reacted. They all ran up and wanted to take a photo with Lu Shu. Especially the white-haired boy. Ever since he saw his nemesis and said a few words to his god-level boss, he actually got a legendary weapon. That jealousy is like crazy. He rushed towards Lu Shu in a hurry, as if he saw the treasure that was about to be opened. The other sacred tree masters also reacted, following the white-haired boy's footsteps and wanting to rush towards Lu Shu. But at this moment, Lu Shu's figure flashed and disappeared directly. By the time the sacred tree masters here arrived, they had already discovered that Lu Shu was missing. They couldn't help being disappointed and beating their chests. Obviously, just by saying a word in the past, you can get a legendary weapon. Legendary. Is that the equipment that many sacred tree masters dream of obtaining? He was obtained by others so casually, all of a sudden. An extreme feeling of regret filled everyone's hearts. I wish I could go back in time, CFCF, 10 minutes ago. I have to rush in front of the blue-haired girl to say a word to the boss. But it's too late to say anything now. The boss has left, the opportunity has been missed, and it will never come back. Everyone here couldn't help but feel regretful, at the same time. The implementation here was also recorded as a memory video and uploaded to the forum of the Divine Tree World. When the Sacred Tree Masters saw several videos uploaded by war reporters, they all had the same instinctive reaction and clicked on them directly. Start watching videos instantly. Not willing to let go of any detail. If viewers are willing to watch the video, they are just joining in the fun. But naturally there are also big bosses from big guilds who want to analyze Lu Shu by memorizing the information in the video. Any information is part of the guild's strength. So, this free information is simply useless to their guild. Suddenly, there were a lot of rolling barrages on the public screen of the world. Ah, these bastards all rushed towards my boss. Damn it, I regret not going to the secret realm. As long as I can get to the back, I will have a chance to have close contact with the boss. Look, these hateful guys are all rushing towards our boss. But the boss seemed to ignore them and left directly. Tisk tisk tisk, it seems that legendary items are not that easy to get. The boss just gives them based on his mood. It's normal. The boss just wants to clear out the warehouse. It's not like NPCs who give gifts to people when they see them. Do you really expect that as long as you talk to the boss, people will give you legendary gifts? Maybe a slap will send you to the west. Alas, it's such a pity, but it shows that this boss is probably a good person and is willing to give things to others. At least he is a good person. Why are you being issued a good guy card now? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 806. Chapter 806 is over. No matter what, this turmoil with the Divine Tree Master is finally over. This conference for the goddess to recruit disciples actually ended with the death of the goddess. It can be said to be beyond everyone's imagination. At the same time, God is an invincible existence in the grey world. This stereotype also disappeared completely when Lu Shu killed Luo Shui. But the storm didn't stop there. On the contrary, in the god's domain, there is another storm taking place. The Nine Heavens goddess opened her eyes slightly. A powerful killing intent suddenly appeared on her body. Who is it that killed my beloved disciple in the lower world? The voice of the Nine Heavens goddess was extremely cold, echoing in the sky, causing countless terrifying whirlpools to come roaring in. Originally, she was in seclusion, but what she didn't expect was that a soul-inducing fire candle actually went out. This one, the soul-guiding candle, originally lit up in the soul-inducing hall. The soul-inducing hall is the soul place of the Jushin faction. All members of the Jushin faction, no matter who they are, each status has an exclusive soul-inducing candle, which is enshrined in the soul-inducing hall. Use spiritual power as attraction. But now, the soul-inducing fire candle belonging to Luo Shui has been extinguished. The Nine Heavens goddess couldn't help but feel shocked. You know, she just gave Luo Shui something good not long ago, so she should be promoted to the second level true god. Generally speaking, if you have reached the strength of the second level true god, there is no danger in walking in the grey world. No matter what kind of monster it is impossible to threaten Luo Shui, the second level true god. Then, the only possibility is that he was killed by some special humans. The goddess of the Nine Heavens knows better than anyone else what is the reason why Luo Shui went to the lower realm this time. Suspected to be the chosen one. The core of the mirage left behind by the one emperor of the past. This ship is the key to the heavenly palace, and no god would want this key to fall into the hands of others. If you can get it back, it will be a very good achievement for Tiangong. Recently, the divine domain has been turbulent, and all the gods are making preparations for the grand ceremony. At that time, the Emperor of Heaven will reappear in the sight of the gods after hundreds of years. This is an extremely grand banquet. If you can offer the core of the mirage on such an important occasion, you will definitely gain the respect of the Emperor of Heaven. In this way, the status of the entire Jushin faction in the Tiangong can be improved. Wishful thinking was naturally a good one, but what Jushin goddess never expected was Luo Shui actually died. As a second-level true god, he died in the lower realm. How can it be? Who killed my beloved disciple? The group of monsters and beasts in the grey world cannot pose any threat to Luo Shui at all. According to my estimation of time, the catastrophe has not come yet. If the catastrophe really comes, then Luo Shui can also directly use the teleportation talisman to return here. Unless something happened that caused Luo Shui to die directly without being able to use the talisman. Probably fighting humans. After all, it is impossible for those beasts in the grey world to interrupt the teleportation talisman presented by me. Only humans are possible. Is he the chosen one? The goddess of the Nine Heavens suddenly realized that this matter is not trivial. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 807. Chapter 807 The goddess of the nine heavens took a breath. This terrible thing made the goddess of the nine heavens take a breath. She suddenly felt that this matter was not that simple. If the chosen son who killed Luo Shui has developed to god-level strength, then if he stays, it will definitely be a huge disaster. At that time, there may be another terrifying existence that threatens the heavenly palace. Luo Shui's death is no longer as simple as a matter of the 9423 heaven faction. I'm afraid he has to contact several other powerful people. A hint of chill flashed through the eyes of the nine heavens goddess. The next second, her figure escaped and disappeared from the place. The sacred tree island is a place of harmony and tranquility. Pikachu, Samsara Fox, and other little guys looked at the grilled fish in front of them eagerly. After getting the mirage, another clone of Lushu went to the Sea of God again and started fishing continuously. I have to say that as the days go by, the harvest is getting richer and richer. These plump fish meats are placed on the dining table, and combined with the sauce made from various spiritual herbs, the taste is as good as heaven. At this moment, Lushu also returned to the sacred tree island, and shared a wave of food with these little guys. Tisk tisk, the harvest this time is really rich. Lushu's mind moved slightly, and Luo Shui's body quickly appeared in front of him. This is the body of a god. Every tooth, joint, or skin is comparable to the top material for weapon refining. It has reached Luo Shui's body. In the realm of water, the body is already close to that of a god, with unlimited potential waiting to be discovered. Not only that, the space ring in Luo Shui's hands has been refined by Lushu, and all the treasures in it belong to him. 10,000 divine crystals. I already have the skills of the Jushin faction. There are also various miraculous elixirs and spiritual herbs. If they can be extracted, more god-level spiritual herbs can be added to the divine tree island. Lushu opened Luo Shui's ring and immersed himself in it. He felt that there were a large number of treasures inside. It was so dazzling that one could hardly count them. Among them, the Divine Realm Crystal was an extremely powerful crystal stone. If used to build a city wall, it would be indestructible. Then, Lushu decomposed all 5,000 divine crystals among them and used them to build the city wall. A dazzling white light came from the edge of the island. The horizon suddenly rises. The next second, the extremely majestic city wall stretches across the island, guarding this territory like a giant. The god-level city wall can already resist the invasion of most monsters, unless it is a god-level enemies, or have powerful divinity, otherwise even the outermost city will not be able to break through, and will be blocked directly. It can be said that, the current invasion of the Grey World is no longer able to threaten Lushu. What follows? At this stage, you only need to quickly improve your own strength, and you will be completely 4.4 to deal with all threats you may encounter next. Very good, I came to the world of the sacred tree, and after so much time, I finally gained extraordinary and powerful strength. Now that I have a lot of resources in my hands, I can develop the island first. Lu Shu smiled. There are so many treasures obtained from Luo Shui. There are still a lot of things that haven't been put to use yet. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 808. Chapter 808 Divine Power. Next. Lushu remembered that he had received a lot of divine power from Luo Shui. This kind of divine power may be able to increase the cultivation level of the divine beasts on the island and increase the concentration of their bloodline. By the way, if I want to continue to improve my mythical beast in the later stage, the amount of divine energy it needs to absorb is getting higher and higher. The absorption of ordinary items is simply not enough. In the past, the spiritual herbs grown on the island could be greatly improved after the mythical beasts swallowed them. But since reaching the level of 7th level and above, the effectiveness of these spiritual herbs has been minimal, and more advanced materials must be used to upgrade. The 25 divine powers I obtained from Luo Shui can be used to enhance the attributes of the divine beasts. Thinking of this, Lu Shu was extremely happy and called over the mythical beasts such as Wuotong Phoenix, Golden Dragon Koi, and Enlightenment Crane. These mythical beasts used to be very arrogant, but since Lu Shu's realm has improved faster and faster, getting higher and higher, they were all in awe of this master. After hearing the call, they ran over without hesitation, blinking the curious Kazilan's big eyes, with doubts in his eyes, not understanding what Lu Shu was going to do next. "What are you going to do?" Then, Lu Shu gave the few divine powers he got from Luo Shui directly to the divine beast and said, "This is for you. After swallowing it, it should help your blood return to its ancestors." The divine beasts immediately ran over excitedly. They sensed that this divine energy contained the energy they needed, and they all happily thanked Lu Shu. "Haha, we are all family members, there is no need to be polite." Lu Shu smiled, but he would not have said that before saying this. After all, these divine beasts are so edible that they have never been polite to him. Obviously, it is because the energy contained in divine energy is very powerful. It helps the bloodline of the mythical beasts return to their ancestors. After absorption, it will probably have amazing effects. So, the attitude of these mythical beasts has changed from usual and has become so polite. Well, I didn't expect this group of animals to be so wild. The guy knows how to be polite. I thought he never understood it. But now it seems that he just didn't give enough. He's not satisfied. Now, this satisfied look seems to mean that Sailor Luo, the divine power in it, is a good thing for the mythical beasts. Ba. Ba. 3 times 5 divided by 2. Before long, the mythical beasts they swallowed all the food. Several prompts popped up in front of Lu Shu. Wuotong Phoenix swallowed divine energy and gained add 100,000 evolution points. The Golden Dragon Koi swallowed the divine energy and gained add 100,000 evolution points. The Enlightened Crane swallowed 253 divine powers and gained add 100,000 evolution points. Buzz. When these divine beasts swallowed the divine energy, a burst of bright light suddenly erupted from their bodies, and their bloodline further returned to their ancestors, revealing a more powerful divinity. Is this a further return to the ancestors of the bloodline? Lu Shu was extremely surprised. At this moment, the body of the Golden Dragon Koi began to transform, evolving into a human form and turning into a handsome young man. He was the first to become a human being. Although he is still in the form of a young man, he is obviously with spirituality. Other mythical beasts have also been transformed. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 809. Chapter 809, The Age of Gods is about to restart again. The next second, a dream-like aura appeared on all the divine beasts. After a while, Wuotong Fen transformed into a little Lolita wearing a red robe. Although she is in the form of a Lolita, she exudes an aura that is inaccessible to living beings, as if she is a high-ranking god, exuding nobility. Those red phoenix eyes and a little flame mark between the eyebrows, seem to be the young form of the Empress. If an ordinary sacred tree master stood here, he could feel that the Wuotong Phoenix could bring him a powerful sense of pressure. It was so oppressive that it was difficult to breathe. In addition, the Enlightenment Crane transformed into an old man, wearing a white robe and looking like an immortal. His right hand holds a whisk, as graceful as an immortal. There was a calm look in his eyes, as if he could break through the world of mortals. After swallowing the divine energy, other divine beasts also transformed into human forms. Yes, all of them have reached the 8th level. Logically speaking, when a divine beast reaches the 9th level, it should have reached the pinnacle of evolution. If you want to continue to transform, it will no longer be as simple as evolution, but no different from overcoming a tribulation and becoming an immortal. If I break through the 9th level, then all my divine beasts should have God-level abilities. Lu Shu glanced at his own divine beasts and sensed them with his mind perception. He found that the blood contained in these divine beasts seemed to be more powerful than those in the Luoshui secret realm. After thinking for a moment, in his mind, the reasons gradually emerged. Although the level of my mythical beast was indeed not that high at the beginning. But if we talk about the purity of bloodline, then my divine beast is definitely far higher than Luo Shui, the first order true God. Oh no, to be precise, it is the second order God who was forcibly promoted, much higher. If these mythical beasts were placed in the real divine domain, they should have a good status. They would never be treated as other people's pets like these subspecies of mythical beasts with incomplete bloodline. Just place it casually in the secret cave, just like raising fish. Now it seems that my divine beast still has high divine value. Lu Shu thought for a moment. Anyway, he has unlimited deductions, and because his strength has improved, he has killed gods and his authority has also increased. He only needs to think a little, you can get the relevant answers. At this moment, the golden dragon Koi came to Lu Shu and said, I recently sensed that there is a divine power that is about to descend into the mortal world. My bloodline is being attracted by this power. Maybe, the world will soon undergo huge changes. Lu Shu's mind moved slightly, and he immediately guessed that this divine power should come from the Tiangong where Luoshui is. His eyes moved slightly, and he said, if there really is a so-called chosen one, who can threaten security in God's domain, Wang Zhaozhao, then, Luoshui should come from this. But this is just the beginning. Now, I have killed Luo Shui, which is equivalent to opening up a new era. Those gods who are so high above find that there are invincible gods who fall to the mortal world, they will definitely cause a storm. At that time, the grey world may cause chaos again. I'm afraid, the era of gods is about to restart again. Planting trees for all, 3 consecutive SSS-level talents at the beginning. Author, Immortal. Chapter 810. Chapter 810 Lag. Dharma God Relics. Xiao Chang'an and others finally came out of the copy. At this moment, they swept through this prosperous commercial district, almost without stopping for a moment. I feel that the strength of this ruins is extremely powerful, and it may have the inheritance of the Dharma God. So, the members of the Akatsuki organization didn't dare to rest for a moment and kept getting stronger. Clean up dungeons, acquire magic knowledge, further study, gain insights, and then break through to the current state. Now, the core members of the Akatsuki organization have reached a state of being infinitely close to the gods. To reach the true 123rd God, you still need to obtain the certification of Godhead. This is not that easy. After finally defeating all the enemies, at this moment, everyone's strength has also reached a bottleneck period. Everyone left the commercial area and came to the outer area, where they set up a camp and planned to reward themselves. During the recent period, because Lu Shu was in a happy mood, he also received a lot of benefits from the guild. That's enough for a big meal. Just in time, a celebration banquet was prepared for the members of the Akatsuki organization who were fighting in the ruins of the God of Law. After everyone arrived at the peripheral, Kfi, area, they gathered around the camp and celebrated together for successfully capturing part of the Dharma God's ruins. Everyone's strength was also able to reach a very strong level. At this moment, Anna opened the panel of the Divine Tree Master, and then noticed the information related to the goddess, and quickly greeted her friends. Come and see, the disciple recruitment meeting some time ago ended with the death of the goddess. So exciting. Xiao Chang'an, Longzijian, and other members were stunned when they heard this shocking news. In fact, they had heard a little about this information. But with the other leisurely sacred tree masters are different. they are in such a dangerous dungeon and have no intention of paying attention to the information in the forum. All their attention is put on dealing with the dungeon monsters and getting stronger. So, come out of the dungeon, okay. It was easy to be able to draw attention, and after paying attention to this information, everyone in the Xiao organization got this relatively delayed information. At this moment, Bai Yu's eyes moved slightly and said, I saw this memory video, and it turned out to be a mysterious tree master, fighting with the gods of the Grey World. As soon as the statement came out, everyone was greatly surprised. Wait, shouldn't this be the goddess's disciple recruitment meeting? Why are there divine tree masters fighting with the goddess? Everyone was extremely curious about this and immediately opened the eye, visited the forum of Divine Tree Master and watched all the videos recorded by war reporters. Wow! This sacred tree master is so powerful, he can actually cause a bloody storm in the territory of the goddess. So strong. The world of the sacred tree is really a crouching tiger, hidden dragon. First there was your president, and then there was such a master who killed the gods. This sentence of killing gods in the sky with a mortal body is so cool. Unexpectedly, it turned out that the goddess was coveting the ability of this sacred tree master, so she started the battle. It seems that this apprenticeship conference was originally a scam. Think about it, how could the gods in the sky really care about the creatures on the earth? Everyone started discussing one after another. At this moment, Xiao Chang'an's eyes were deep, and he seemed to notice something, and said, have you noticed that this person acts a bit like our president?